name is Sheniya Griffin, and I want to get baptized today. So let's take it back to the beginning. I grew up in a household that pretty much valued God and valued church. So I grew up in a household with my grandmother, my grandfather, and then it was my mom and me. But ever since a kid, like growing up, my grandmother used to always make it a priority for us to go to church, essentially. So we would be in the Easter program, Christmas program. We even sang in the youth choir. So church was like definitely a necessity within the household. So I kind of like kept going to church up until I graduated from high school. And when I graduated from high school in 2019, that's when I like really stopped going to church. There were many times where I felt like I didn't have anybody. And during those times where I felt like I didn't have anybody, it was literally just me and God. Like I would be in my room, and there was some times when I didn't want to get up in the morning or like didn't do anything. I would just literally be in my room. It would be super dark. I would just be laying down. There would even be many times where I didn't even get up to take a shower. And during those times, like, I just knew that, Sheniya, you cannot try to do this by yourself. From about 2019 to 2023, so what's that, almost 4 years, I hadn't been to church. I haven't been inside of a sanctuary since this past October, and it was just weighing on my heart. And I'm like, maybe it's the reason why I just keep on passing Harvest Time Bible Church. So literally one day as I was coming from the gym, there were workers outside, maybe doing some yard work. And I just stopped by and I asked, and I'm like, what time does church service start? It just felt so right. And I think oftentimes, like, as I mentioned earlier, not only do we try to carry the weight by ourselves, but it's just so many of us, we're just stuck inside of the worldly things, right? So whether that be money, drugs, sex, if you will. And it's like, we don't understand that when we just draw closer to God, He will literally take off all of our burdens, and it's gonna make our jobs that much easier. And that's not me necessarily saying that, you know, you're not gonna go through trials and tribulations, because you are. But given the fact that we know who God is really just gonna make the job easier. And at least, you know, during those times where we feel like maybe we don't have anybody to talk to, God is always near. He's always accepting us with open arms. And I think that's just so powerful. It's something that I wouldn't, you know, take back for the real. I'm glad that I was passing Harvest Time Bible Church, you know, just thinking back and realizing the fact that the past actions that I did, you know, commit, if you will, those were definitely sins. And I just thank God, given the fact that I'm now being obedient to Him. I'm even practicing celibacy. I'm gonna wait until marriage, and really just right now focusing on the vision that God has given me, because that's gonna take up a lot of energy. And I just don't want to be focusing on the wrong things, or necessarily things that aren't going to propel the vision even further. And I'm gonna just keep on keeping God close, to be honest, because the vision He's giving me is so big, it's so major. And I know that as long as I keep Him by my side, we are going to just continue to win. And I'm just really excited. And I just feel like by me getting baptized is going to be just the public, I don't really know what to call it, but it's gonna be like that public stance, if you will, where it's like I'm giving my life to Christ and I'm literally just trusting Him, because like I said, trusting God and trusting, you know, in Jesus is just so powerful.